Niedergerannt. Fabriken werden gegründet. Ehrliches deutsches Volk und unser liebes deutsches Reich.
1941. Nazi Germany dominates continental Europe. It is vital to destroy the military power of the Nazi dictatorship and the industrial strength that sustains it.
We needed an aircraft that was going to be able to go basically behind enemy lines and destroy their supply lines.
There is only one way to strike directly at the brutal regime.
Bomber Command took over and started taking the fight to the enemy, and it was the hard way.
One aircraft has come to represent the courage and determination of all who flew and fought in a deadly, relentless aerial battle.
As an aircraft, it was ahead of its time.
It was more of a person than an aircraft.
It's a powerful machine.
Its aggressive capability will play a major role in the defeat of Nazi Germany. Its specialized missions will become part of aviation history. This is the story of the outstanding heavy bomber of World War II, the Lancaster, told by the men who flew her. As they have done many times before in the long and deadly war against Nazi Germany, aircrew of Bomber Command gather for the briefings that will detail their targets for the night.
We went into the briefing room, and there was always a huge map of Europe at the end with tapes on it to where the target was.
And I decided I didn't want to be called up because that would mean the army, and I wasn't really a suitable physical man to go into the army. So I volunteered to go into aircrew.
I applied to be a pilot, and I was told there's a waiting list of 1 year. Why not be an air observer? In other words, to become a navigator.
Most guys wanted to be pilots in those days. Much to my father's disgust, because he went through World War I as a driver, and he didn't want me to be to fly.
I went to Rhodesia to train as a pilot, and then I got a dose of malaria, and I was scrubbed off the course. So I went down to South Africa to train as a bomb aimer.
At the time, 1943, the losses of guns was
Essen. 4 aircraft are lost during the raid. On the ground, very little damage is done to a city that is home to many major munitions factories. Increasing numbers of Lancasters are now joining the squadrons of Bomber Command. And pilots, converting from more familiar aircraft, are quick to appreciate the Lancaster's flying qualities.
The Lanc was such a different aircraft. It was much lighter, much more positive in its reactions to control, and it handled quite beautifully.